Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an insane video to get into. We have the rumors, the news, the updates, and the leaks. And, the only way I could truly label this is insane. Like, March might be the start of an amazing run for the Switch 2. And maybe, finally, this console can get, I don't want to say like get going, but we're kind of looking for some stuff. It's not there yet, but possibly it's on the way. So we have some Nintendo Direct news, Pokemon leaks, Zelda leaks, some other stuff I'm sure I'm forgetting, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Yeah, as you can see, I am still in an Airbnb. I'll be home in like 3 or 4 days. It's irrelevant. I do have to say this though. You guys commented over 100 times on my last video saying happy birthday because it was my birthday. And then I had to sit and think, like, I had 100 people tell me happy birthday. And it was like an overwhelming emotional feeling because obviously that's never happened before. So thank you for all the birthday wishes, but really thank you for being a part of this community. That's freaking cool, man. So we're kind of back on schedule now. We have an insane video, rumors, updates, leaks, news, everything you're looking for. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing. That would be pretty cool. And let's go ahead and get right into this one. So first, let's talk about Resident Evil Requiem, specifically the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, right? I gotta be honest, I've only played one Resident Evil game my entire life. That was Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. I've never beat it. I do want to play the remake. I feel like it's a series I might like. I'm not like the biggest zombie genre fan. I don't care about the movies, the games. I'm not a big horror fan. So I feel like maybe I won't like it. But then at the same time, the gameplay looks fun and it looks really intriguing. So I kind of want to get into it. So maybe some of the Resident Evil games that just showed up on the Switch 2, maybe I'll jump into those. But I was very curious about Resident Evil Requiem, specifically the Switch 2 edition, because this is coming day one, the same day as other consoles, right? So that means it's going to be compared to the other consoles, and if it falls short, it's not just a game falling short, it's the Switch 2 edition falling short. Now, while I was curious, I was a little optimistic because Capcom is doing incredible work with the Switch 2, and right now, at the time of recording this video, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Resident Evil Requiem has a 90? I thought it just said 92. But now it's saying 90. I clicked it, it said 92, now it's saying 90. So yeah, we'll just say 90 for the sake of this video. I'll be putting that on the screen. Now, this is why this is so interesting to me, right? The Nintendo Switch 2 edition has a 90. The PlayStation 5 edition has an 88. Now, I'm not here to say that this is better than the PS5 edition because I didn't play it. I can't say for sure. But what I can say is it's comparable to the PlayStation 5 edition. And that is something I did not expect this entire generation. And we are just getting started. So this is very promising. Now let's get into another quicker update, which is still a massive update. It's just like we have so many other things to talk about. There is a potential remake for Bayonetta 1, as well as a new Bayonetta game in development. And then on top of that, a Metal Gear Rising Revengeance remake. Again, I don't know much about Metal Gear, like the whole series, but I do know it's a pretty cool series. But Bayonetta is freaking awesome, and this is coming from Platinum Games, right? Platinum Games makes incredible stuff. Bayonetta is amazing. Obviously, my favorite is Astral Chain. I'm hoping we get some news for that eventually, but this is great news. Now, as much as I feel like Bayonetta is a Nintendo exclusive, it's not. It just feels like it's that way. But regardless, we know if this is true, this would definitely show up on the Switch 2. And it says the new Bayonetta game is scheduled for 2028. And I guess the Metal Gear remake and the Bayonetta 1 remake are both coming in 2027, which is fantastic news. So I feel like news from Platinum Games has kind of been radio silent. And it seemed like almost the studio was going to close at one point, or there was just some nonsense going on over there. So hopefully they are back on track. Now, normally when I'm making one of these videos, I'll try to save like the best news for last. And 9 times out of 10, if we're talking about a Nintendo Direct, that will be what I'm saving for last in this video. But in this video, we just have a lot of really exciting stuff. And some of the leaks we're going to talk about at the end of the video are pretty much confirmed because these leaks said something before whatever they said came 100% true, so now we know we can believe these leaks moving forward. But that is not for right now. So we're going to talk about a Nintendo Direct, right? There was that rumor from Nash Weedle and maybe Attack the Backlog and maybe a few other people saying either the third week of February or the first couple of weeks of March. Did it happen in February? No. Am I going to hold that against them? No, because they said they had multiple sources. Some were saying this, some were saying that. Now, if it doesn't happen in March, yeah, then it's like, whoa, I don't know if I should believe what you're saying anymore, or maybe I shouldn't pay as much attention. But for the time being, come on, baby, we're just going to roll with it right now. So we have a Nintendo Direct potential leak, I guess. And this is coming from Necro Felipe, which is, great leaker, great insider, all that good stuff. So they say to tell Nintendo fans to get ready for March. And a lot of people are thinking this is pertaining to a Nintendo Direct. Now, when you look at the calendar for March, there's a couple days that this might work. As of right now, March 19th, there is nothing going on according to Nintendo Today, like the little app. Now, that doesn't mean there's nothing happening or they might not say something in the future. But right now, yeah, that day sounds pretty possible. But then there's another important day happening in March, and as far as I know, they don't really do much. And what I'm talking about is Mario Day, or March 10th, right? I think last year and maybe the year before, I know they do like a pretty big Nintendo eShop sale where they put a couple first-party games on sale, and then obviously other games are on sale as well. But I can't remember if they really do anything else. But we have a brand new console, a brand new generation. Obviously, we had the 40th anniversary of Super Mario. We have the Mario Galaxy movie coming out next month. This March 10th, or Mario Day, whatever, could be a little different. Now, they could do a Nintendo Direct on March 10th. Is that going to happen? Maybe, maybe not. But March 19th, while this is not confirmed, I do feel like if there is a Nintendo Direct this month, hopefully first party, as of right now, that just seems like the most logical date. And I'll be honest, as much as I'm having fun with the Switch 2, and I know you guys are tired of hearing this, we really need some new first party news. I know we have Pokemon Pokopia happening this week, but that's more of like Pokemon news. Like, I know it's first party, but it just feels like more Pokemon news, not really Nintendo news. We have Yoshi Storybook, we have a couple of other games I'm sure I'm forgetting, but nothing that's like, yeah, I have to buy a Switch 2 right now. So hopefully this Nintendo Direct rumor or whatever is true. Now, speaking of Nash Weedle, I'm not one of these people who say, oh, they got that wrong, I'm never paying attention again, because they've got a bunch of other stuff right, as well as other stuff wrong too. But this is how sources work. You have some sources saying this, you have some sources saying that. Maybe all of them were accurate and Nintendo changed some dates. Maybe these people switched something up. Maybe this date didn't work anymore. Or maybe they're just telling you a bunch of bullshit. Who knows? That's why this stuff is so fun, because you're speculating and trying to guess. It's almost a game. And when people get worked up over it, it's like, buddy, go take I was going to say a chill pill, but what would the chill pill be? Go take you a little Tylenol PM and settle down, or take you a little Papa ibuprofen and just let loose, man. Because if we're getting this worked up over gaming rumors and gaming news and the Switch 2, I gotta say, your priorities could be a little bit better. But to me, it's a game, it's fun, I really enjoy it, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. So as of right now, until I see something that's like, yeah, never cover whatever they're saying again or pay attention to that, I'm going to have a little fun, and I'm going to report on these rumors. And we have one for a new Zelda game coming out this year. And it almost sounds like something we've already heard, but allegedly it's not. So there's a rumor that The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3DS port would be coming to the Switch in an HD version. This is coming from a recent Nash Weedle podcast. Now, what's very interesting about this, according to Nash Weedle, this HD version would be completely independent of the famous remake that rumors have been talking about for a long time. That bigger project is slated for much later, and other sources have even whispered to him that it might be reborn or a new version of the story rather than a classic remake. So the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time, I've never played it. I'm sure it's really fun. I beat Ocarina of Time like 5, 7, 8 times, something like that. Never played the 3DS version, so I would enjoy playing that on the Switch. This would be easy work for Nintendo, right? Put it on the Switch, put it on the Switch 2. I guess they could announce this for the Zelda anniversary. This would move us into the Zelda movie. And what's most interesting about this, if any of this is true, this is separate than the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. So yeah, I love Zelda. It's my favorite franchise. I'm replaying Wind Waker right now, and I would love to play the 3DS version of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Now, since I've been out of town, I have not talked about Pokemon Winds and Waves or any other Pokemon news since it's been announced, but I have some updates, some rumors, some leaks. Man, all of this sounds very exciting. So first, let's talk about Pokemon FireRed and Leaf Green, because we're going to talk about that, then we're going to talk about Winds and Waves, then we're going to talk about FireRed and Leaf Green again and how this plays into Winds and Waves, it's actually pretty interesting. So obviously Pokemon FireRed and Leaf Green is out on the Switch and the Switch 2. Did I buy it? No, because I have a bunch of emulators and other consoles and a million other ways to play it, but I'm not like a what is that word, man? I always need words. I need a dictionary. Like an elitist, basically. Like, my version is better than your version. I don't really give a shit, to be honest, right? I think $20 is a pretty fair deal as well. That might not be a popular opinion, but $20 for classic Pokemon on the Switch or Switch 2, it is what it is. So this is cool that this is out, right? So from that though, a Pokemon FireRed Leaf Green data miner named Meatball132 on Twitter finds evidence of custom work made to the emulator specifically for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So essentially, it seems like Nintendo has already been working on the next generation, or I guess that would be Generation 3. And what would probably happen, which makes sense now, this would probably not come to Nintendo Switch Online. This would be sold individually. And what I could see is them releasing these classic games like every single year, right? Maybe next Pokemon Day, they drop Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Then the year after that, maybe Black and White or Heart Gold and Soul Silver or whatever. So yeah, this seems pretty possible. Now, talking about Pokemon Winds and Waves, one, that name turned out to be true. And we've seen a bunch of leaks saying this from those Giga leaks and all this other stuff. So now we know pretty much all those leaks were 100% accurate. And one of the main pages covering all these leaks was Centro Leaks on Twitter. They posted something very small, very brief, and kind of crazy. So allegedly, Generation 10 will have Brazilian Portuguese, which is actually a huge deal that none of these games ever have like Portuguese as a language option when, it's like a massive market. So allegedly, that's going to happen. Now, what's even crazier, potentially, we're going to have voice acting finally. Voice acting in a Pokemon game, finally. 30 years later? Sure, I don't know what took 30 years, man. Actually, next year will be 31 years. I guess better late than never. I gotta say the game looks beautiful. I really like the art direction. People are calling it like a Breath of the Wild clone art style. I don't really care what you call it. I will say there was an argument like, yeah, well, the Switch 2 can finally make a game that looks like this. What a dumbass argument. Have you seen Breath of the Wild? Have you seen Astral Chain? Have you seen Super Mario Odyssey? Have you seen all these games that were on the Switch? This was Pokemon's fault, 100%. I'm just happy that they're taking their time on this. I cannot wait to play that. I'm happy it's getting another year to cook. I'm happy there's probably going to be voice acting. Now here's what's really interesting in how this plays into FireRed and Leaf Green. So recently we got some Pokemon Winds and Waves leaks, and now that we've seen the reveal of the game, and like the art direction and all the styles and the names, we know these leaks are true. So we can't say they're true 100%, you know what I mean? Like they could change anything, but this is what's really interesting. Pokemon Winds and Waves battle gimmick may be tied to weather moves, and then there's going to be like a reborn feature. When you die, if you're holding an item, your Pokemon can be reborn, whatever. The player character has two rivals, one named Jasper and another based on gender option, not chosen at the start. Professor Oak will return, and he has a new look. And he has a special interaction if you transfer Pokemon from FireRed and Leaf Green. Now it's kind of making sense. Well, we just got FireRed and Leaf Green, right? I just can't imagine what they're going to do there. But yeah, I just think it's probably going to be one of the best Pokemon games of all time. Definitely one of the best looking Pokemon games of all time, at least 3D. I'm just so interested to see how this will all play out. Especially, if every Pokemon Day or around there, they release like another classic game. So it's like, yeah, Professor Oak will interact with you a certain way if you have FireRed and Leaf Green transferred over. And then maybe another character will show up that was in Generation 3. And then maybe another character from Generation 2. And they can just keep adding stuff on and making it innovative. I just think it's going to be what we've been looking for pretty much the entire time. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for hanging out with me even when I'm not home. Normally when people are on vacation, they don't make videos, but I just love making videos. So I do this everywhere I go. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. So in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, if you could do me a favor, truly, if you want to, hit a like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for the support. It's overwhelming. It means the world to me. I am forever into your debt. So I hope I can pay that off one day. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.